Because if you're using QuickBooks Desktop now, you've got a decision to make. Welcome, Ann Jaggert, our QuickBooks expert. What can you tell us about the decision upcoming for the users?
Hi, Glenn. Yes, QuickBooks, except for Enterprise, QuickBooks Desktop, that is being phased out. So at some point, you will, for all QuickBooks Desktop users who are still on the platform, you will need to embark off that platform and pick something else, whether it be QuickBooks Online, whether it be an alternative product like Zoho Books, Sage 50. There's a whole host of products out there that you actually might find yourself pretty surprised at how good some of these options are. But you won't be able to stay on QuickBooks Desktop forever unless you make the migration to Enterprise.
So by my understanding, Ann, QuickBooks is not halting support at the moment. So people that are using QuickBooks Desktop can continue to use it. However, the product is not being developed. There won't be any more work on the product. There'll be no more bug fixes. QuickBooks is done with that product. And they also are not allowing new licenses. So anyone that tries to stay on it, they might have 5 licenses and they're using them, but sooner or later, they're going to want to change. And eventually, I would expect QuickBooks is going to allow a safety period, and in some future point, they will halt support of that product. So they're giving companies leeway, but now's the time.
Yes, I would say that's accurate, Glenn. In fact, what we see, not just with Intuit, but really most software companies at some point, Microsoft, at some point, they say, enough, we don't want to support this product forever and ever more. So, when that happens, it can, software can start to malfunction, all kinds of weird things can happen.
Yeah.
I've seen it. And so at some point, I would encourage people, if you've just gotten onto desktop in the last year, 2 years, you're really going to want to think in the next year to 3 years about a migration to another product.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm a believer that companies must always move forward. You're never always in the same place. You're always trying to grow. You're always trying to meet new customers. You're always trying to do things better. So in my belief, this simply provides an opportunity for anyone who was using QuickBooks Desktop to rethink what they want from their computer system, to rethink what their company can do, because there's a realm of extra out there if companies decide to incorporate that into their computer processing.
That's such a good point, Glenn. And I think what you're talking about, the opportunity for a business owner to make a change, to be able to take advantage of new technology, I think that's part of also Intuit's strategy here, is that the old desktop technology, yeah, it was pretty solid. I mean, QuickBooks has been around for about 40 years. The original desktop product, it's solid, it's pretty predictable, but there's certain things that functionality, plug and play functionality through the cloud that you can't really take full advantage of with QuickBooks Desktop. And so we see this, I think Intuit realizes that the future of its product line is in the cloud, and therefore there is this switch happening for Intuit. And for some folks, I know QuickBooks, they really solid product and they don't want to leave it, but there's a reason Intuit's leaving, and it's an opportunity for you as a business owner to really rethink how are you going to approach your accounting processes, your accounting functions,
yes,
so that you can really leverage more out of the tools that you have.
Now, it's my understanding that QuickBooks the company, is making it easy for people to migrate. So there's a couple of things that I've noticed. Number one, they're giving huge discounts. If you move from QuickBooks Desktop to QuickBooks Online, it's like 75% off for the first 6 months. So they're really motivating people. Of course, in 6 months, price will go back up again. But they're also offering their support and assistance to bring people across so that they have an easy transition. So I know QuickBooks is going out of their way to help with that. But what I also know is when a customer now has access to QuickBooks Online, there are several areas of improvement that the door is now open. And they can ignore that opportunity, but if you're going to go from QuickBooks Desktop to Online, and there's chances to add automation, if there's chances to expand the data that's collected and so on, there's a variety of opportunities. Why not use this moment to step it up a notch? And that's something that Breakthrough Solutions can help with.
Yes, absolutely. There are with QuickBooks, making the switch from QuickBooks Desktop, Intuit will support you in making the shift to QuickBooks Online. There's better automation in terms of bank feeds, in terms of credit card feeds. It's a lot easier to just whip through categorizing your transactions and reconciling them. And you also are able to leverage the cloud. So you can invoice your customers. Your customers can access through emails, pay you online. There's a lot of awesome functionality there. Some of the functionality, Intuit with desktop was moving into, but it's going to be more robust in the cloud, which is the QuickBooks Online product.
Now, it's my understanding as well that there are numerous other options people can follow, and you provide support and assistance in those areas as well.
Our focus is QuickBooks Online and Zoho. Zoho is another alternative software ecosystem. I like to call it an ecosystem because it's not just finance, but can be up to 50 other products, 50 plus products that span your business operation. But besides QuickBooks Online and Zoho, there's also Sage 50 that was previously known as the Peachtree product. There is Wave, FreshBooks, NetSuite. There are so many options that clients can consider when they make this switch away from QuickBooks Desktop.
And if I understand correctly, Breakthrough Solutions is eligible in those areas and can provide professional advice on which solution best fits the needs of each customer. Because I do know every customer is unique. They all have unique requirements. So perhaps if they talk to you about what they need, you're going to help them define the path that is best suited for them.
We have help with software selection projects. I've worked with NetSuite, I've worked with Sage 50, and of course, our big focus is QuickBooks Online and Zoho Books.
And Zoho, which is a whole other realm that we're going to get into in future videos. But I do know, I will emphasize that for a QuickBooks user, if you're going to expand the way you want to use your system, the Zoho One product suite is amazing and it can make a big difference for a company. And we're going to go into future videos and talk about that topic.
Yeah.